have you ever assumed that your insurance policy would cover everything in your contract only to find out that it doesn't? Insurance clauses are often misunderstood, and that misunderstanding can cost you everything. I'm Mike, founder of Starlit Contracts. We're here to help you to negotiate and use contracts with confidence. And today we're looking at insurance clauses. Now let's get into it. An insurance clause sets out the requirements for one or more parties to have insurance during performance of a contract. The clause doesn't provide insurance coverage itself. That is the function of an insurance policy. An insurance clause defines the types of insurance that are required, the value of insurance cover, and who benefits from the insurance. Now let's look at how this works in practice. Contracts often require a supplier to have public liability insurance, professional indemnity insurance, or some other form of insurance depending on the type of goods or services they provide. But not all losses are covered by an insurance policy. For example, delays, poor workmanship, and liquidated damages are often not insured. That's why it's important to check if the insurance you have covers the risks that you want to cover. And here's why it matters. If there's a fire, a design failure, or a serious accident, and the clause doesn't match the insurance policy, then you might end up holding the bill. Having insurance in place and making sure that the allocation of risk between the parties is properly addressed can make the difference between survival and bankruptcy if something goes seriously wrong. Let's bring this to life with a practical example. Imagine that 𝐰𝐲𝐻𝐾 signs a contract with Tech Build Limited. The contract requires 𝐰𝐲𝐻𝐾 to hold professional indemnity insurance. Halfway through delivery of a contract, a serious design flaw leads to major project delays and customer complaints. 𝐰𝐲𝐻𝐾 files a claim under its insurance policy only to discover that delays and non-physical financial losses are excluded from the policy. What could have gone right for 𝐰𝐲𝐻𝐾 in this scenario? Imagine they double-checked their policy before signing the contract. They could have spotted the exclusions and modified their insurance. When the design issue happened, the insurer would have stepped in. The claim would have been paid, and both businesses would have kept moving forward. Instead, 𝐰𝐻𝐾 assumed that their insurance policy covered everything. They didn't raise the issue, they didn't ask the right questions, and they didn't plan for the risk. When things went wrong, they had no cover, just an angry customer, unexpected costs, and reputational damage. Let's look at a sample insurance clause and what to watch out for. Each party shall maintain insurance that is appropriate to its obligations under this contract. Where relevant, one party shall name the other as an additional insured. Proof of insurance shall be provided upon request. Let's look at some key considerations in relation to the sample clause. First, an insurance clause should spell out what insurance cover is needed, and our sample clause doesn't. Don't leave it to chance. If you want the other party to have professional indemnity insurance, then mention that explicitly in the contract. Second, if you are contractually obligated to have a certain type of insurance, then check if your insurance provides that cover in full. Don't assume that it does. In some cases, you might need to take out additional insurance to cover your obligations. And finally, choose the insurer wisely to increase the chances that they pay out if there is a claim. You might amend the sample clause to require a party to take out insurance with a well-regarded insurer. So here's the short version. Insurance clauses are not one-size-fits-all. Write them clearly and make sure that your key risks are covered by insurance when possible, or that they're managed in some other way. Don't rely on wishful thinking. Build real protection into your contract from the start. I hope you find this content helpful, but if you're ready to speak with an expert or to hire a lawyer, then check out starlitcontracts.com, where we'll help you to find the lawyer that you need to address your requirements.